Hi, how are you today? Do you guys know that there are just some skills that we all need to teach ourselves or to learn? I personally love selling, and most of the time, when I'm not doing anything, I go to my shops and I just sell this and that, whatever comes. Most of all, I love hair. I deal with hair and hair products. I just love doing that. I've also learned how to make wigs. I've made quite a number of them and I'm starting to enjoy this activity. You see, when you play around with hair and just sell some of these kind of things, you get also just to learn a lot of things. I have learned a lot and I just want you as well to learn, especially if you are a lady or a gentleman out there. You can sell some hair and even hair products. My shop is always stocked up with hair products, and I've got quite a number of different kinds of hair, the ombre, the expressions. I have just every different color that you might need, so I make sure that I do not run out of stock, because this is my passion and it is what I also love selling at times. I've weaves and just every kind of hair, including the ballers, the pom-poms, including the dreads, the fox locks, and they're just amazing. This is just an amazing activity. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do hair, how to plait box braids. And I'm going to use expression here. I'm just going to cut it so that it becomes a little shorter. Expression is quite long, and the hair that I'm going to do is for one of my kids. At school, they are not allowed to go with very long hair, and that is the reason why I just have to cut it into halves. I'm just going to pull them out a little bit so that they become uneven, because if they are even, the hair will give you trouble. So just pull out the edges so that they do not give you trouble when you are going to plait. The next step is to part the braid. Just part your braid and make sure that you are parting them into equal sizes. So if you are learning to do this is the best way to do it, because when you are going to start, you won't have trouble. If you make one big and the other small, your the box braids will not look good. They will not look neat. Mostly I use Cantu products for my kids' hair, but I've ran out of stock. So today I am using this other hair product. It's just as beautiful as it is. It is just for African hair too. It's True African Hair Conditioning Shampoo, and it's made out of jojoba organic oil. The lotion for hair helps to detangle, and it is anti-breakage. With this African hair, you just have to apply it so that the child doesn't feel the pain when you are parting her hair. And then when you apply, you just make sure that you part the hair into sections. If you have time, you can blow out those waves so that the hair gets straight. But with this kind of lotion, it's just fine. The hair becomes very, very moist. So all you need to do is to get your section there, then you part your box. Your box should be as neat as possible, and just make sure that you are not hurting the child. So you have to apply enough lotion there. This is the easiest way of doing it. You just have to put your box into 3 sections. Then you start giving and taking, just exchanging as I'm doing there. You give, you take, you give, you take, you exchange so that the plait comes out. So you need to practice this, because you cannot keep running to the salon. I have to do this with braids, so I'm just undoing it so that I take my braid. I hold it into 3 parts and I give each section of my box a braid, part of the braid. Then I just do the same way. I'll be just exchanging, taking and giving, taking and giving. Just make sure that the hair is not too tight, especially at the beginning there, so that you do not hurt the child. Then you continue with taking and giving. It's a matter of exchanging. You have to train your hands to be flexible. Then you just play it and play it. It's a bit dark, but I'm sure you can see that is how you do it. You just plait it so neatly and just make sure that the kinky hair doesn't come out. So that's why you have to put or to apply a little bit of oil. Some people add gel and stuff, but I do not add a lot of things on my kids' hair because I'm worried. I use what I know. Now I'm done with plaiting the hair and they just look so neat. They really look neat. And I'm just loving it. So the boxes are so neat. I could not make them very tiny because he's a small girl and unplaiting will be a challenge. Now I'm showing you how we can curl these braids. I used Expression, the Pure Expression. So I just want to roll this hair into curls so that when I take them out, then there should be curls there. You take your roller or whatever you call it, or your rolling stick, then you make sure that the hair is on there. And I just remember that at school, these kids are not allowed to have hair falling. So let me just quickly tie a bola on this hair so that when I put the curls, they'll be at the same level, not one there and one the other side. That is why I have to tie here. I just want to tie it so that when I put the rollers, there will be a good look, like the hair will be just, the curls are just going to be very close to one another. So you take your rolling stick, then it doesn't matter how many you put because you can put as many as you can as long as they can fit on your rolling stick. Just make sure that you roll them as neat as possible and as tight as possible on that rolling stick so that they do not fall out. You see, like in that first one, I'm not putting a single, on this roller, I'm not going to put one braid. Here I'm putting 2. If you want, you can add 3, you can make them 3. I'm putting 3, you can make them 3, you can make them 4. And you must also put in consideration the size of the curls that you are planning to make. If you want them to be smaller, then you have to use a slightly smaller curl or roller. Then if you want them bigger, you use a slightly bigger sized roller or rolling stick. In my case, I'm using a medium one. I do not want them to be too tiny and I do not want them to be large. That is why I'm just using a medium sized rolling sticks. And you can see, as I've said, I want them to be at the same length. I'm making sure that they are not too long, but they are halfway somewhere there. When they are going to come out, they are all going just to be curled at that position. So all of them, I'll make sure that I roll them until that level, because if you roll them, some are going down, some are up, the curls are not going to be even and it's going to look weird. We want these hair just to look as smart as possible. And just pay attention because I really want you to try this so that you avoid going just to salon or forking out money unnecessary, especially with some of the skills that you can just learn at home. Here I'm at home, I'm doing it with my time, I am not rushing. And when you master this, you are going just to be proud of yourself. There I'm putting about 5 on one rolling stick. So I'll just make sure that they are tight and they will not fall out. And you can see how my rolling sticks and the braids are so close to one another. I've just put them so close to one another and I've made sure that the length is not different, so that when the curls come out, they'll be just as close and neat as possible. I really love doing this so that I do not have to redo it. Now we have to boil hot water. Just be careful, boil your hot water and just make sure that you take precautions, because this is the most dangerous act. Here I'm going to create the rolls. I'm going to put hot water. I'm holding my child's hand. Make sure that when you are going to put your child's hair in the hot water, you also just support the hand, because if that head fall in the water, then you would have created something that you would regret. And I hate regretting. I don't like regretting. So I'm holding my child's head, and I'm just making sure that the braids and the rolls or the rollers are deep in the hot water. And I'm just ensuring that my child is not sleeping. I'm just making sure that my child is not falling in there. I have to be there, and I've covered the head with a thick towel, so that in case of any single mistake, or if the water happened to fall on the head, at least the child is protected. Just make sure that you hold the tumbler like that. I'm just making sure that the water rises up, so that the rolls and the hairs, the length that I want to be curled, is deep in the water. Because if it's not in the water, then the curls won't come out. The water has to be really hot, and that is why I'm saying that you do not leave the child unattended at this process, at this period. You have to make sure that you are there with your kid, and this takes about 6 to 5 minutes. Your child's head may need support, and you just need to be checking if the braids are inside, because the moment the braids are not in there, then you won't have curls. It's so unfortunate that I don't have big girls around me. I would have tried this out on them, but at least I've got these beautiful girls here, so I just got a chance to try out. Now I'm going to take out this hair from the hot water. That is why I'm adding another towel. I'm sure that the water is cooled down, the braids are no longer hot, but I just want to take precaution, because you know, kids' skin are so tender and they are so soft. Any single mistake, the child may just get burned. So don't forget, this is a very dangerous act. I'm doubling the towels there. I've taken out the hair, and I'm just wrapping it there and holding my baby's head so that she doesn't get tired. My child is very precious to me, and I know to any mother out there you would feel the same. So please, when you are at this stage, make sure that you just take care of the child. We do not want to cause trouble here. All we want to do is just to make sure that we have curls coming out of our hair. I'm now just squeezing out the hot water out of the hair so that it doesn't spill or fall on the child's skin. Now I'm sure it's dry. You can see, I can feel it so cold. It has cooled down. And the good part about this type of rollers or this rolling sticks, they do not get bent. Maybe you'll be worried my rolling sticks will get bent and they'll burst. No, this type does not bend. So you can put it in as hot water as possible, and they'll just come out as strong as they could be. So my hair has cooled down, and I'm really happy that this process passed by successfully. But I just want to ensure that the hair is dry, so that when I'm going to take it out, it doesn't fall back. The curls do not fall back. That is why here I'm just using my hair blower to blow out the moisture. And just make sure that when you do this process, you are as careful as possible. Also, you don't need to make the air hot or too hot. Just make sure that you blow it at a medium heat, or not too cold and not too hot, just at the heat that the child can withstand. So I'm just making sure that the moisture is out so that the curls develop. So just take your time. That's why I'm saying that you can always do it at home or during your free time and just learn this amazing skill. I'm just so happy because this child is so cooperative. She's cooperating so well. Normally we would have, some trouble doing this hair, but I think she's growing up and she's seeing that looking beautiful is also just another thing. Now I'm done with blowing. I'm taking out the rolling sticks, and as you can see, the curls are coming up. And I'm not lying, I am so happy. They are coming out so well. Look at that. They are so neat. Hot water on expression is just a top notch. I'm so proud of this. Look at that. Yeah, they are coming out so well, and you are just going to see that the hair looks totally different. It doesn't look just like any other braid. Look at those curls. This is what I was looking for, and I just got it. I'm sure you are watching and you are learning, and you are just going to try this out safely without tears. Look at those curls. I can't wait to have all of them out of the rolling sticks. And if you can look there, if you can check well, those curls are at the same level. I'm so proud of my work. Look at those curls. Aren't they amazing? They really came out just like I expected them to. Do not forget to boil your water. Do not forget to take precautions. Do not forget to hold your child's hand when you are putting the braids in the water. And please do not plait kids too tiny box braids because they will be hard to take out. These are kids. Just make sure that they are neat, they are smart, but not pulled. Hey, I hope you guys will try out this. Do not forget to show me, and just find something to do. Find a skill, teach yourself a certain skill, sell some hair, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Don't forget to try out. Bye.